Well, geez, that really takes the surprise out of it, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess this one was kind of easy to figure out. We're going to the Art of Animation Resort, because we've got a Finding Nemo suite. We haven't been back here in 7 years. So, come on along with us. We're going to have some fun. Even though this is only our second visit to the Art of Animation, it really is one of my favorite resorts. Probably because it's the most art-intensive and immersive of all the resorts. After finding a handicap spot out front, we went directly into registration because, again, we made last-minute reservations. And also, due to a problem with our room, it was kind of late when we got in there. It was darn near 6 o'clock when we finally got into the room. And although it did interfere with pool time, it did give us the opportunity to look around Animation Hall. Animation Hall is the hub of all activity at the Art of Animation Resort. It's home to the Ink and Paint Shop, which is a store here. And also the Landscape of Flavors, which is your dining hall. The Pixel Play Arcade is home to many pinball machines and all kinds of different games. And if you've ordered an ECV or a power wheelchair from an outside company, Animation Hall is also where you'll pick that up. But most importantly, out the back door is the entrance to the Big Blue Pool. We're not even going to the parks during our stay here. The pool's where we're going to be spending the majority of our time. But first, let's go check out the room. We're staying in the Finding Nemo building, where you can expect to hear... Well, I'm sure you get the idea. I've given up trying to wear my magic band when entering rooms. But when you do enter the room, the first place you come into is a common living area. You've got a fold-out couch with a TV set, and right off to the side, you have the guest bathroom. This one is non-handicap accessible, having neither a roll-under sink or a roll-in shower. But it is a low-lit tub with handrails. Next up is the kitchenette area. It contains both a refrigerator and a microwave along with a coffee pot. And a cool little seating area, which is more than just that. Then there's the master suite, where we do have a handicap accessible bathroom, which I will just deem as huge. There was so much room in the fully accessible bathroom that this is where I actually parked my power chair to charge it at night when I went to bed. I mean, in the room, not in the shower per se. And as far as the shower goes, this is the first time the upper unit didn't leak on me when I turned on the lower handheld piece. Now, the foot of the bed area is a bit tight for a wheelchair, and on the far side you get hooked on the curtains. And next to the kitchenette, that little seating area there, that's actually a Murphy bed. And we did have a courtyard view that overlooked the playground and the splash pad and the pool, and just a little bit of construction, I think due to the Skyliner. And I guess I'm gonna have to complain about how much better Cars was than the Nemo rooms. Well, here, I'll let you decide. Here's the Nemo Entertainment Center. Kinda looks like kids' furniture. Here's the Cars Entertainment Center. Kinda looks like a mechanic's workstand. Same thing with the sofa. Okay, yeah, squiggly little lines. But here in the Cars room, man, this one looks like the back seat of a Chevy. Same thing for the dinette. Yeah, it looks like something you get in the kids section of Walmart. But not in the Cars room. There you go. That's a mechanic's garage if I've ever seen one. And it went on into the bedroom too. They had cool little jellyfish lights on kids' nightstands. But that still wasn't as cool as the cones that they had on the nightstands over at Cars Land. I don't know, for me it just somehow seemed like the furniture was cheap kids furniture that you'd get at Walmart. But really, in the long run, none of that was important because the pool was right outside the front door. And during our stay this time, the pool was the center of our attention. Okay. There's also a really cool splash pad area for the kiddies. They had a poolside version of Name That Tune.
I said I'm not listening until I turn the music down. You big goo.
There's also a quarter ball ping pong table. Not really sure how much these guys spent. And every night at 8:15, they'd set up the inflatable movie screen, and it was time for...
3, go ahead. Awesome, and on with the show.
And tonight's feature was Big Hero 6.
Hello, I am Baymax, your personal healthcare companion. I was alerted to the need for medical attention when you said, ow.
But don't be fooled into thinking that the Big Blue was the only pool that was here at the Art of Animation. There's a second guarded pool down at the Little Mermaid area. These are the only buildings left over from the original Pop Century Resort area that was supposed to be the classic years. That's why the icons of Ariel, King Triton, and Ursula, along with Sebastian, all stand guard over balcony buildings. Now, way down at the other end of the resort is the Cars area, where the Cozy Cone Motel makes up the pool area. The pool itself is set up as a speedometer, while traffic cones make up the cabanas around the exterior of the pool. The guarded pool does have a handicap lift available. And while there is a step-in area with handrails available here, just like down at the Little Mermaid, there is no zero entry at this pool. And the restrooms are located inside the Cozy Cone Motel. Make sure you say hey to Sally for me. Alright, you can't tell me after all that running around you're not as hungry as I am. Let's head on over to Landscapes of Flavor and see what's doing. Even the dining hall is divided up into the 4 different resorts. When you first enter, there's Lion King and Cars, and then on the far side is Finding Nemo and The Little Mermaid. And there are a number of excellent choices on the menu. It's kind of hard to decide what you want. Like when I went in on Sunday morning, I headed over to the grill section, and I got the World of Flavors breakfast platter. There's a little bit of something on there for everybody. Or you can head over to the sandwich section where they have pre-made sandwiches just waiting for you. When we got there for dinner the first night, I had the tandoori boneless chicken thighs. And for lunch the next day, I headed over to the grilled area where I got the barbecue pork sandwich. The whole time we were there were no problems with long lines or getting a seat anywhere, inside or out. The drink and condiment stations were clean and well stocked, and there was a secondary one over in the Lion King section. And now that they're using real plates and silverware, there are separate receptacles for each of these, along with the trash at several locations. And of course, there was a kids' seating area with cartoons by Disney. Name one better way to finish off a meal than with a double chocolate whoopie pie. Okay, now, so we've covered the Little Mermaid area, we've covered the Cars area, and you already know about the Nemo area. So that only leaves one more area of buildings to discuss. And that's the Lion King, watched over by none other than Mufasa himself. Although it's kind of hard to tell where we are in the storyline because Timon and Pumbaa are there. But so are the hyenas, Shinzi, Banzai, and of course, Ed? Scar's watching everything from a distance, and Rafiki, well, Rafiki is Rafiki. The ends of all the buildings that are facing Pop Century Resort have some art related to that section's buildings. But of course, that lakeside sidewalk is the local golf cart superhighway, and a great place to catch up on the Skyliner construction. You remember way back when this station was supposed to look like this? And on our way back to Animation Hall, we can stop off at The Drop-Off, which is the local pool bar. But we can't leave the Art of Animation without getting something that at least says the Art of Animation on it. So let's take a quick tour around the ink and paint shop and see if there's anything we want to get. Well, this side seems to be just a bunch of generic Disney stuff. I'm looking for something that says the Art of Animation on it. Oh, and I think I have found it. Yep, seems like they've got it all here. All kinds of Art of Animation t-shirts. All kinds of Art of Animation drinking vessels. A picture frame for that special photo. Or even a Christmas ornament for your tree this year. And while night falls at the Art of Animation Resort, it's time for us to head back to the room while the rest of the guests come back from the theme parks where they've spent the day. Well, now Emmy's decided to call it a day too, but she's still worried about your likes and comments. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did like this video, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? And when you do subscribe, don't forget to click on that bell icon. That way you'll be notified the next time I upload a video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.